In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on June 15, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Baltimore Orioles versus Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays host their American League East Division rivals, the Baltimore Orioles, Wednesday in the third game of a 4-game series. The Blue Jays are second in the division while the Orioles are in last place. Left-hander Bruce Zimmerman gets the start for the Orioles while righty Joe Barrios takes the mound for the Blue Jays. Baltimore is 25-71 in their last 96 road games and 24-69 in their last 93 games as a road underdog, while the over is 4-1 in their last 5 games against a team with a winning record. Toronto is 14-4 in their last 18 games overall and 10-4 in their last 14 home games, while the over is 7-0 in their last 7 games as a home favorite. The Orioles perennially have terrible pitching, which is usually the cause of their downfall, but this year their pitching is halfway decent, particularly their bullpen, which is 7th best in baseball. If the starter can keep it close, they have a chance to win. Unfortunately, in this matchup, their starter won't keep it close. Zimmerman has been awful this year, and he is coming off a start where he got pummeled by the lowly Royals. Now he faces one of the best lineups in baseball, and it won't end well for the Orioles. The Orioles are 0-4 in Zimmerman's last 4 starts. The Blue Jays come into this game as huge favorites with Barrios on the mound. Barrios has only allowed 3 runs over his last 15 innings of work, while Zimmerman has allowed 18 runs in his last 14.1 innings pitched. I get why you could take a look at the O's and the plus money, but Zimmerman's been absolutely horrendous as of late and is a far cry from the pitcher that we saw be a money machine for bettors in his first few starts of the season. Jose Barrios has had his ups and downs too, but he's a far better pitcher at home than on the road this season. The Blue Jays have the advantage on the mound and offensively, so the Toronto Blue Jays to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This total is listed rather high, and for good reason. Obviously, the Blue Jays have already proven to cover the total themselves, and now get an advantageous matchup against Zimmerman. Not only are they already great against lefties, Zimmerman is not a great one. He just allowed 7 runs in his last start against the Royals, one of the league's lowest scoring teams. He's also allowed 10 hits in back-to-back starts and hasn't gotten a win in over a month. As a pitcher who allows nearly double-digit hits every time out and hasn't struck out more than 2 batters in 5 of his last 6 starts, Wednesday should have some serious fireworks on Toronto's end. For as poor the O starting rotation is, their lineup can still produce fireworks as well. It may not have been pretty back in the series opener, but they still have great home run power in guys like Trey Mancini and Ryan Mountcastle. It'll be tough to produce enough to keep this game close, but they can still contribute towards this total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Milwaukee Brewers versus New York Mets. National League playoff contenders will continue a 3-game series on Wednesday night when the Milwaukee Brewers visit the New York Mets at Citi Field. New York won Tuesday's series opener by a 4-0 score to cash and is a -156 favorite. Milwaukee is now 2.5 games back in the National League Central at 34-29. While the Mets own the best record in the National League at 41-22, the Brewers took 4 of the 6 matchups last year and have not lost a season series to the Mets since 2016. Milwaukee has been struggling of late, but at least they ended their losing streak on Sunday. They have seen their lead in the National League Central completely disappear though. It was one thing when they were playing quality teams like San Diego or sizzling Philadelphia, but it should not have taken the whole weekend to get back on track against the likes of Washington. Milwaukee is surprisingly 3rd in homers this season, but they need to put the ball in play more. They are only 18th in scoring, 25th in batting average. The Mets have been great, but with Atlanta and Philadelphia surging, they have to keep it up. They are going to really be leaning on their offense in the short term, so it is good they have 1st in batting average and 3rd in scoring. Pete Alonso has been amazing. He is 2nd in the majors in homers and RBIs. Their free agent acquisitions have been just okay, but at the very least they have unlocked their existing players like Alonso, And Francisco Lindor. Milwaukee righty Corbin Burnes is just 3-4, but he has been just as dominant as he was a year ago. In fact, if you use opposing batting average as the measure, he has been even better. This is a matchup of quality teams, and he is very capable of shutting down the Mets even though his last 2 outings were far from great. Lefty David Peterson is one of many arms that have stepped up for the Mets with Max Scherzer and Jacob deGrom out. As a starter, he is not going deep very often, but he keeps his team in the game. When Burnes is on the mound, you usually have to pay a very heavy premium, but that is not the case against New York on Wednesday. In fact, this is the second cheapest he has been all season long, as his cheapest price wound up being a loss against Atlanta. Milwaukee is not the most reliable on offense, but I still don't want to miss this opportunity. Milwaukee has a winning record on the road, and David Peterson does not inspire me. So the Milwaukee Brewers money line is our full game side pick. We're getting a low total because of who is on the mound, but Corbin Burnes has been shaky lately, allowing 11 hits and 6 earned runs in his last 8 innings. David Peterson has allowed 18 hits and 11 earned runs in his last 22 innings. The New York Mets offense continues to produce, and the over has hit in 7 of their last 8 home games. The Brewers are averaging 4.31 runs per game and 4.2 runs per game on the road. They average 5 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Mets. With New York giving up 3.41 runs per game at home, the Brewers will be held under their average in this game. The Mets are averaging 5.1 runs per game and 5.37 runs per game at home. They average 2 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Brewers. With Milwaukee giving up 4.54 runs per game on the road, the Mets will score enough runs to push the score over the projected total as our full game total pick. Pittsburgh Pirates versus St. Louis Cardinals. National League Central rivals will close out a 4-game series on Thursday night at Busch Stadium with the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. St. Louis is on the verge of a sweep after sweeping Tuesday's doubleheader, including a 9-1 win in the nightcap to cash in as a big -214 favorite. Pittsburgh is in third place at 24-37, while the Cardinals lead the division with a record of 37-27. The Cardinals are dominating the 2022 season series thus far, holding a massive 8-1 head-to-head advantage. Jack Flaherty will make his season debut Wednesday after being sidelined for the first 2 months of the season. The Cardinals ace was recovering from right shoulder bursitis, and this will be his first MLB start since October 3, 2021. Flaherty made only 2 rehab starts before Wednesday night's game, which is very unusual for a starter that has missed a considerable amount of time. But both Flaherty and the Cardinals management believe that the right-hander is ready to return. The 26-year-old made 1 start for the double-A Springfield Cardinals and threw 3 scoreless innings with only 1 hit surrendered, and then 5 days later threw 4 innings for the Memphis Redbirds and also allowed only 1 hit. Based on his rehab assignments, Flaherty will likely be limited to 60 pitches on Wednesday night. That will leave Andre Pallante as the long reliever to bridge the gap between Flaherty and the Cardinals' bullpen. Pallante has appeared in 19 games for the Cardinals this season and has posted a 1.04 ERA. His last 2 appearances were starts, and he threw 9.1 innings and surrendered only 1 run and 8 hits to the Cubs and Reds. Once the Pirates saw Roansy Contreras' potential, he was quickly moved from the bullpen to the starting rotation. The 22-year-old has appeared in 7 games this year, and he has started in 4 of those games, posting a 2.57 ERA and a 1.18 WHIP in 28 innings. Contreras is a strikeout-first type of pitcher since he has a 28.2% strikeout rate this season and ranks in the 92nd percentile for chase rate and 84th percentile for whiff rate. However, Contreras finds himself in trouble when he loses control of his slider or curveball and resorts to his fastball more than he should. When Contreras starts to get into danger, the Pirates will involve their bullpen, which more often than not backfires for Pittsburgh. Their arm barn ranks 23rd in ERA in the last week and has been one of the least reliable groups of relievers in baseball. Back the Cardinals and Flaherty's long-awaited return, so the St. Louis Cardinals money line is our full game side pick. The upside is certainly there for Flaherty, as he was one of the best pitchers in baseball as recently of 2019 and has an elite 20.3 Kelvin BB percentage for his career. This is a good first assignment to ease him back into things, with the Pirates putting up an 85 WRC+ that is the 3rd worst in baseball. And Pittsburgh is also dealing with a ton of position player injuries to boot. St. Louis helps its pitching staff out by being a fantastic defensive team, with Nolan Arenado, Harrison Bader, and Edman all standing out as some of the best in baseball at their respective positions. I get the case to be made either way here, as Roansy Contreras is a solid arm, while you could argue that even making his season debut here, Jack Flaherty is the staff ace of the Cardinals rotation. I believe that this is shaping up to be a pitcher's duel all day. Even if Flaherty has restrictions, expect a low-scoring game here. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.